Dr. Sachivalayam Singh to share his insights on the legacy of Dr. Manmohan Singh in higher education of India. Dr. Sachivalayam Singh is a distinguished researcher and esteemed academician. He currently serves as Associate Professor in the Department of Business and Management at the Institute of Advanced Research, the University for Innovation, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. His career is marked by significant accomplishments across prestigious national and international institutions, with extensive contributions to the fields of economics, business environment, and corporate law. He has held pivotal roles in renowned organizations such as the CRIDA under the Government of India, ICRISAT, a United Nations organization, the Madras School of Economics in Chennai, the Planning Commission of the Government of India in New Delhi, and Meta University in Ethiopia, a leading public university in Africa. As a visiting scientist at ICRISAT, he contributed to globally impactful projects. He has authored 33 research papers that were published in esteemed international journals, indexed in Scopus, ABDC, and the UGC CARE list. His research has received wide recognition with a citation count of 358, an H index of 10, and an I-10 index of 11. Additionally, he is the author of the book Domestic Regulations and GATs and Environmental Service in India. He has taught a broad array of advanced courses, including managerial economics, business research methods, economics of offenses, research methodology, business statistics, business analytics, project management, business and corporate law, economic offenses, and business environment, among others. He has also played a key role in designing and implementing innovative curricula in collaboration with public universities abroad, contributing to the development of cutting-edge academic programs.
Today, to discuss a topic of great significance, the legacy of Dr. Manmohan Singh in shaping higher education in India as one of the most eminent economists and statesmen of our time. Dr. Singh's vision and policies have left an indelible mark on the landscape of Indian education. In these sessions, we will delve into the transformative initiatives and far-reaching reforms introduced during his tenure, exploring how they have contributed to the democratization, expansion, and global integration of India's higher education systems. Let us embark on this journey to understand and appreciate the profound impact of his leadership in this critical domain. He was I can say that, a legend of the legend. And this, my presentation, is a tribute to a great soul. Now, let's start with his brief, that academic background, because my topic is related to the education. So now he completed his BA in 1952, then MA, then honors degree in economics from Cambridge University, then senior lecturer. He was the senior lecturer in economics, then he became reader, then professor of international trade. He was having expertise in the foreign trade policies, that's why. And DPhil also he did, in 1962 onwards, Delhi School of Economics, and then honor professor. He was also the honor professor of JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru Universities, in 1966. Chief Financing for Trade Sections UNCTAD, Economic Affairs Officers in 1966. Then he became Economic Advisor, Ministry of Foreign Trade from 1971 to 72. Then Chief Economic Advisor, Ministry of Finance, then Honorary Professor again, JNU, then Director, Reserve Bank of India, then Director, Industrial Development of India, then Board of Governors, then Secretary, Ministry of Finance. After that, he became also Governor, Reserve Bank of India, then Deputy Chairman, Planning Commissions of India in 1985 to 87, Secretary, and he also became Secretary General, South Commissions, Geneva. Now, then he became the advisor to the Prime Ministers, that means Prime Ministers of India at that period of time, Professor Dr. I think he was not even a doctor. Narasimha Rao government was there, and then after that he became chairman, government University Grant Commission, then Finance Ministers of India. Yeah, I'm so sorry. At this period of time, he was that means he implemented the policies for the reform. and then member of parliament, then leader of the oppositions and prime ministers, then member of the parliament again from 2019 to 2004. It was just a brief about his, that the success story from, that the bottom to top. And then now, that the here, if you see, that means he was the 14th prime minister, and as an acclaimed economist, significantly contributed to shaping the higher education's landscape in India. There is no doubt. His tenure from 2004 to 2014 was marked by strategic reforms and expansionary policies aimed at improving access, equity, and quality in higher education of India. Now, just to see here, if we see that the expansion of higher education institution during his reign, then we will find that the central universities, 16 new central universities were established during his tenure to promote regional equities and access to higher education. It was a great success for our countries in the field of the higher educations. IITs, IIM, and NITs were also introduced. 8 new IITs, Indian Institute of Technologies, 7 new IIMs, 10 new NITs, and also expansion of existing institutions to cater to the growing demand for quality technical educations. Second one is related to Rashtriya Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan. He introduced in 2013 to improve the quality of state higher education institutions through funding and reform, because there are most of the state universities, they are not having very good qualities for imparting the good educations. That's why this was initiated by the Professor Manmohan Singh. Focusing also on infrastructure development, because there are no infrastructure for the institutions, for the higher academic universities, faculty improvement, and also he also contributed a lot for the research development and promotions. Higher budget also were allocated for during his period of time. During his tenure, the education budget saw a threshold increase with the significant portions allocated to higher educations. Allocations for higher education under the 11th five-year. Fortunately, I was in the planning commission during the 11th five-year plan, 2007-2012, was 84,943 crore compared to the 27,000 crore in the 10th plan. Focus on inclusivity was also one of the issue that he has given a priority on that. So reservation for OBC, other backward classes in higher education, institution was implemented, ensuring greater inclusivity, scholarship and fellowship for marginalized communities, and economically weaker sections were also increased significantly. Globalization of higher educations nowadays, that we can see that there are so many foreign universities even in India, and also easily we can also go to abroad, and everything has become very easy because of the efforts taken by the Professor Manmohan Singh. Globalization of higher education was also one of the issues at that period of time. It was a very big issue, and policies encouraging collaborations with foreign universities to enhance research and innovations, promotion of exchange program for students and faculty to boost international exposures, and also established of bodies for quality and research. National Knowledge Commission was established formally in 2005 to recommend strategies for improving knowledge institutions and infrastructures. Even he has also given more, that the importance on the innovation kind of research. Innovative innovation universities also were given priorities, proposed to create world-class universities focused on cutting-edge research. Promotion of research and innovations, increase funding, because funding is required for the research. That's why he has given a lot of, that the importance on these issues, increased funding for research through a scheme like Innovation in Science Pursuits for Inspired Research Program, and strengthening of apex bodies like UGC, AICT, and NAC to promote a culture of quality in academics as well and research as well. Digitalization was initiated during his period of time, or even 2 or 3 years before, And he has given priorities on this National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology, NMEICT, launched to provide affordable and inclusive education through online platforms like NPTEL as well as virtual labs, and emphasis on ICT infrastructures to bridge the digital divide in higher educations. So these are nowadays we can get the degree from the that the Cambridge University or even Oxford University while sitting in India or even while sitting in our home. So policy framework was also, that means recommendation initiated discussions for the new education policy to align with global trends and promoted liberalizations and upgradation of higher education for better governance. Gross enrollment ratio, because these are the indicators of measuring the performance. So during his regime, the gross enrollment ratio increased tremendously from 11.6% in 2005-2006 to 21.1% by 2012 to 2013, just double. World ranking institutions like IITs, IISCs, and IIMs gained global recognitions during his period of time. So altogether, we can say that his period of time was laid the foundation for a more inclusive, expensive, and quality driven higher education systems in India as well. And he focused on capacity building, internationalizations of educations, and digitalizations. Digital transformations has had a lasting impact on India's knowledge economy. And if you see that here, some data I would like to explain, because all these are the indicators that measures directly the performance. And system in India experienced significant growth in terms of enrollment. It is already increased in 2006, and in 2013-2014 it became 21.1%, just doubled. Total enrollment, if we can compare that 2004-2005, it was approximately 10.5 million students, but in 2013-2014, it was approximately 29.6 million students, nearly threefold increase in total enrollment. Gender parity index also indicates a tremendous growth, improved from 0.81 2004 to 2005 to 0.93 in 2013 to 2014, showing enhanced participations of women in higher educations. So these are the remarkable achievements during his period of time, particularly in higher educations. Number of higher education institutions also expanded significantly. 2004, 2005, it was only 17,000 institutions across the country, but in 2013, 2014, over 38,000 institutions, including universities, colleges, and standalone institutions across the countries. Expansion of institutions, that means during his period, created approximately 16 new central universities, establishment of several IITs, IIM, NITs across the country, and a special focus on underserved regions to reduce regional disparities in access to higher education. And I think each and every state is having one central university nowadays, one central university, one, that the IIM, and at least one IIT or even NIITs. Focus on inclusivity was the major priorities, because he introduced the reservation policies for the backward classes in higher educations. Scholarship, financial assistance also were given top priorities. Public spending, 10th five-year plan, it was 27, then 11th, it was 84. And rural and regional access, that is very important, because India is a backbone of the agriculture sectors. That is still most of the people depends on the agriculture for their livelihood. So rural and regional access was also given priorities, emphasis on increasing higher education opportunities in rural and remote areas, introduction of state universities, private colleges, and open universities. Even Indira Gandhi National Open University was introduced, I think, during his period of time, or even during Indira Gandhi period of time. I'm not sure about. But it was expanded during his period of time. Increase in private participations, that was because of the privatizations, encouragement of private sector participation in higher education to complement public initiatives, growth in private universities and deemed to be universities. Technology integrations also were taken into place. A national mission on education through information and communication technologies aim to leverage technology for increased access and improved quality. And sectoral enrollment trend undertakes dominance. Majority of enrollment, around 80%, were in undergraduate programs. Field-wise enrollment, significant enrollment in arts, science, commerce program, gradual growth in professional courses such as engineering, management, as well as in medical science. And distance educations were also given, that the top priorities, increasing enrollment in open and distance learning program to cater to working professionals and those in remote area. Key expansions we can see here. Again, that means technical and management. If we focus on because nowadays there is a huge demand of technical and management educations even in abroad. So that's why in Indian Institute of Technology, that means expansion of premier institutions, Indian Institute of Technologies established 8 new IITs in states such as Rajasthan, Bihar, and Orissa, increasing the total number from 7 to 15 by 2014. Enhance research capabilities and infrastructures at existing IITs to evaluate their global standings. And that there were 7 new IIMs in underserved regions, bringing the total to 13 by 2014. Focus on improving global competitiveness through revamped curricula and international collaborations. National Institution of Technology, NITs, were also introduced, upgraded several regional engineering colleges to NITs. It was not a very easy task, and even focus on producing technically skilled graduates with global employability. And focus on quality and excellence. National Knowledge Commission was also established in 2005 to 2008, recommended reform in technical and management educations to align with global standards and as well as the requirement. Advocate for autonomy, faculty development, and international collaboration in premier institutions, as well accreditations and quality assurance was also a part of the reform in higher academic institutions, strengthening the role of the National Board of Accreditations to improve quality standards in engineering and management programs. So all these are the, that the great contributions during the ex-Prime Minister's Manmohan Singh's regime. And promoting globalization of that the education, that was the very important for the many perspectives for earning foreign exchange or even providing the employment opportunities, even cross-border supply and so many things. So encourage partnership between Indian institutions and global universities for joint research, faculty exchange, and dual degree programs. IITs and IIM entered into MOUs with leading institutions like MIT, Harvard, and Stanford. International faculties and students policies were introduced to attract foreign faculties and students, enhancing diversity and international appeal. Launched program to facilitate Indian students studying abroad and bring global expertise into Indian institutions. Research, because research is very important for the higher educations. That's why this priority were given on the research and innovative increased research funding and significant investment in research through the establishment of the Department of Science and Technology and other agencies, like support for interdisciplinary research centers within IITs and IIM and National Mission on Education through ICT and MEICT, and that promoted digital platform like NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, to deliver high quality online educations in technical and management field. Private sector also participated well, encouraged private institutions to invest in technical and management educations under strict regulatory framework. Rise of globally recognized private institutions like Indian School of Business, ISB, Hyderabad, which become a hub for management excellence. And last one is the enhancing global ranking. That was the great achievement for us. IITs, IIM, and ISCs improved their global visibilities during this period of time. IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, and IIM Ahmedabad regularly featured in global ranking and focus on research publications, patent, and international faculties contributed to this progress. So this is, that the, great achievements, particular in management and technical education during his period of time. Impact, if we see that, what was the impact? IIT and IIM emerged as a global, that the brand. That means if you go to USA or go to any developed country, they are talking about, are you from IITs or even are you from IIM? So now it has become the global brand with alumni excelling in academia, industry, and entrepreneurship worldwide. Increase employabilities also, because graduates from Indian technical and management institutions were highly sought after by multinationals companies. And international collaborations, Indian institutions become active player in global education network, hosting international conference and joint research program from one countries to another. Growth in innovation that will enhance focus on research and development led to an increase in patents and that the technology driven startup from IITs and IIM. So these are the that the great outcomes and impact of his initiatives for the development of higher education in India. Now here's channels. If we see that here ki exchange generations during Manmohan Singh era, to enrollment of international students, also that India became a preferred destinations for students from developing countries, particularly in South Asia, Africa, and Middle East. Even with the collaboration of all South Asian universities, also established in Delhi. And because India became, that the preferred destinations for the students from all these regions, that the of Asias, even Africa and Middle East. Premier institutions like IITs, IIM, and private universities attracted students for technical and management programs. Joint research initiatives with global institutions brought foreign grants and funding into Indian universities and research bodies. And third one is export of educational services, because there is a services nowadays, even in GDP, the highest contribution of the services. Program like distance educations and online courses generated revenues from international participants, and Indian alumni network, highly skilled Indian graduates contributed to global industries, leading to remittances and international collaborations. So year-wise data also indicates something. That means we have also to see what are these. So 2004, 2005, international students were approximately 20,000 or more than. Foreign exchange earnings, it was estimated $500 million. And in 2005, 2006, increase in students from 20 to 23,000. Collaboration start with MOUs between Indian IITs, IIM, and global universities. In 2006, 2007, NMEICTs launched National Mission on Education through ICTs, enabled global enrollment in online courses like NPTEL, earning approximately $50 million from international students. 2007, 2008, again, it is tremendously enhanced. Enrollment boomed to over 28,000 international students. And foreign exchange earning also increased, estimated to $700 million. So focus on South-South cooperations, attracting students from Africa and Southeast Asia. In 2008, 2009, research collaborations, funding from international organizations like World Bank and European Union, foreign exchange inflows from research grants reached approximately or even more than $150 million. And 2009 and 10, rise of private institutions. Institutions like ISB Hyderabad attracted global students for executive MBA programs, contributing over $100 million in revenue. In 2010 and 11, international students exceeded 35,000, earning crossed $1 billion for the first time. Policy changes streamlined visa process for international students 2011 and 12. Global rankings, IITs, IIM gained prominence, attracting higher enrollment from developed countries even. Launched of dual degree programs with foreign universities increased foreign exchange revenues. In 2012-2010, massive open online courses started. Expansion of digital platforms led to global participations, and revenues from online education reached to $200 million or even more than that. In 2013-14, international students increased. Now you see at the end, increased approximately 45,000, and foreign exchange earnings surpassed $1.5 billion. And now programs like Study in India were piloted to boost India's education's brand globally. So this was the main, that the attraction of, that the attention during his period of time, particularly in higher education in India. Internationalization of education, foreign exchange also, we can see that he attracted students from over 160 countries and generated significant foreign exchange through tuition fee, living expenses, and associated spending. Collaborative research also, you can see that here, research grants from institutions like MIT's, Stanford, and the EU directly brought foreign funding. Online education platform like NPTEL, IGNOU's distance programs earned consistent revenue from the international user. So these are the significant, that the improvement. And socioeconomic aspects of education policy. If we see here, socioeconomic, because this is very important altogether. All these reforms going to ultimately affect the socioeconomic, that the status of the people. So first we have to start from the increase in literacy rates. Now you see in 2001 census, literacy rate was 64.8% in our country. That was rose to 74.04% in 2011 census. Growth was driven by the programs like Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and the Right to Education Act 2009, as Reddy Sahib just now explained. Higher gross enrollment rate, it was 11.6, then became just double in 2013-14. 21.1. Employment and income growth, that is important, we have to see here. Enhanced technical and management education increased the employability of graduates. IITs, IIMs produced globally competitive professionals. Employment in IT and engineering sectors surged, contributing to India's gross domestic product growth. Per capita incomes, now you see that here it is also tremendously increased from 24,143 rupees to 68,757 rupees from 2004-2005 to 2013 to 2014. Technical educations and industry growth, that is also sector-wise contribution. We can also see here the expansion of IITs, NITs, increase the supply of skilled engineers and scientists, not only in India, even across the globe. And growth in IT and tech-driven sectors, India became a global IT hub, contributing to foreign exchange earnings and employment. Management educations, IIMs graduate excellent in entrepreneurship and leadership role. The rise of private business schools complemented public institutions catering to industry needs. Even rural development midday meal scheme was launched, improved school enrollment and retentions, especially for girls and marginalized communities. Vocational training programs enhance rural employabilities. And growth in this is already I have given year-wise. 2004-2005 GER, that means gross enrollment ratio, it was 11.6, then 15.1 in 2007-2008, then it has become 18.8 in 2010 and 11, and then ultimately it has come to the 21.1 in 2013 and 2014. Literacy rate also increased from 2000, that means from 64.8% to 74.04% from 2001 to 2011. Employment in technical sectors, it was 1.2 million, that is measured in million, and in 2014 it has become 3.5, 3 times more than in 2004. So challenge as the what was the major challenge during his period of time. Regional disparity was one of the challenge. New institutions in undeserved states reduced regional inequalities. Gender disparities, that was also reduced from 0.81 in 2004 to 0.93 in 2013 and 14. Poverty elevations also. Education-led employment reduced. Poverty rates 37.2% in 2004 to 21.9% in 2011. As well, economic growth, long-term socio-economic prosperities, education policies contributed to India's GDP growing at an average of 7 to 8% during the decade. And Human Development Index, if you see that, it is also increased. That means from 0.51, it was in 2005, and now it has become 0.586 in 2014. Innovation and research also increased funding from RD, fostered innovations, and IITs and universities contributing to patent and startup. Summary table of key outcomes. All these are the key outcomes I already explained to you. Growth in percentage given. Higher education GRA 82%, literacy rate 14%, employment in IITs 192% increase. Per capita income also increased 185%, and poverty rate reduced by 41% during his period of time. So these are the just graphic visual explanation about my data, whatever I explained just now. So before 2004, India's higher education sector faced challenges such as low enrollment in higher education, limited access to quality education in rural and undeserved regions, a lack of infrastructures and skilled faculty, minimum international collaboration and research output just before the 2004. And gross enrollment was because you know that it was already mentioned 4 point in 1991 it was 4.9, then 2001 it was 8.1, and then 2003 it was 11.6, and literacy rates also comparatively very less. In 1981 it was 43.57, 1991 it was 52.217, and in 2001 64.84%. Number of institutions was also comparatively very less. In 1990 it was only 184 universities in our countries, but in 2000 and 2004 2000 it became 254, and in 2004 it is again 343. There is not that much of increase as we saw during the regime of the Dr. Manmohan Singh in the universities as well as in the colleges. And then all these are the indicators, and this is also the before the 2004. All these are the data indicating our status. And with this, I conclude my presentation, and I thanks to all of you, especially Dr. Reddy and Quadri, for giving me these opportunities for participations and giving, that the lectures on this particular significant topic. Thank you.